Hey, what's going on, guys? So, One Piece, look at this. I just want to bring your attention to this, okay? So, obviously, the Straw Hats have begun their fight against the remaining 50,000. Sanji uses his perverted new technique. And the reason why I say perverted, right, is super OP, okay? Sanji is clearly stronger, but you have a woman's legs, and look right here, okay? You get what Oda's doing here. You got like you, you got the taco meat basically. Only in this case, you got the. It looks like you got somebody standing right in the bottom of this. I see what you did there, Oda. Like Oda on that perverted shit, but I like it. Okay, I like it. I like it. So backing up. Okay, this chapter is what happens when an immovable object meets a fucking pissant. Okay, that's what happens here. That's what happens in this case. Because the Straw Hats, there's 50,000 left, and they're completely mowing through them without any difficulty. And there's this one shot of Zoro, right? When Zoro uses his three sword style attack, okay? I think it's the Dragon Twister. That is some of the coldest shit ever, okay? Like, I ain't a Zoro fanboy, but I gotta admit, right? When I saw this shit, I flipped the fuck out. Like, I flipped the fuck out. I started marking out at that point because I'm looking and Zoro is telling these guys, like, it's still twisting. It's a twister that slices human flesh. What are we going to do? How far is it going to chase us? And Zoro just says the savage thing. He looks at him, dark expression on his face, and said, bandana tied, by the way. Lets you know Zoro's fucking serious. And he says, hey, how far is it going to chase you? To the pits of hell. That's some one-liners, right? Like, I legit popped at that point. If you don't know what I mean by pop, man, like, that's a wrestling term. That's a wrestling term, okay? So I legit popped when that happened. And it's like the Straw Hats post time skip. All of them, at some point, they've had some type of line where I've read it, and it's like I'm in the audience, and it's just like when The Rock used to do those one-liners back during the Attitude Era, and it got like everyone super excited. Every Straw Hat so far has had at least one line where I said, fuck you. What just happened here? Like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love this. I love this. Now, the other thing is I like how when the chapter opens up, right? Zoro's just like, hey, Luffy, seriously? You took out 50,000 of them. Dude, you gotta share. And I'm like, wait, what? You gotta share. You gotta share. But, oh my god, seriously. You were gonna fight 100,000. And you're talking about sharing. You get the job done as quick as possible. Meanwhile, everyone's cheering, right? And it's just like, we find out here Jinbe is worth 400 million that the world government, after he resigned, reset his bounty, which I was like, okay, makes sense, right? Makes sense. They gotta save some face at some point. But dude, the Straw Hats were mopping the floor. You got Franky just casually showing off the new battleships, changing the cockpit, right? And I like how Nami's just like, yo, shit got more space in it. And I'm like, yeah. Absolutely. You know, because when you got the beautiful Nami, you gotta have space in that bitch, man. You gotta have space. Like, that was one thing I did like about my old BMW, right? That's one thing I did like. I used to have a old 7 Series, okay? And what I love about that damn thing is with my ex-girlfriend, right? The one I had when I was in college. One of the things I used to love about that car is like she used to hate the Mustang. When I had the BMW, man, back seat was just huge. Front seat was just huge. Like, you could just get down in that shit and just go, right? You just go. Like, I ain't tall. That's a little bit too much call for me. I ain't tall, but like one of my partners is 6'4". 6'4", 210 pounds. Like, he could get in that damn thing comfortable, right? And so, you know, girls, about the height difference. And so, I mean, with her, it's the same thing. A little bit too much, but you know, you just want the extra room. You just like it. You appreciate it, right? So I'm getting into a bit of a tangent right now, but you know, like this is the thing. This is the thing. Okay, so you gotta have the space to accommodate the beauty that is Nami, but Franky is just mowing through these dudes, mowing through them, and Luffy's marking out like the same way you saw Luffy marking out, geeking out over every new battleship that was being shown. And Zoro's just like, you got to get a handle on yourself. If I had people watching me while I was reading this chapter, this is like, dude, are you fucking serious? It's just the thing, right? Like, you guys gotta understand. Like, the way I get, when I watch an episode, it takes me a minute, okay? It takes me a minute. Because a 30-minute episode takes me like an hour to get through, especially if I ain't watching that shit live, okay? Because I'm the type, when I read something, I'm soaking it in. But when I watch something, I'm pausing, I'm talking shit, I'm cracking jokes. I'm like, did you see this? I'm rewinding stuff. Like, I'm getting completely in it. With the manga, when I see little things like that, right? When I see little things like that, at that point, it's just like, I'm laughing. I'm turning the pages eagerly to find out what's happening. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Somebody would have somebody say, slow down. You might miss something. Did you just see that? Did you miss that? That's how I missed Zoro a few chapters ago. So, I mean, I enjoy chapters like this. Very action heavy. But the important thing is we got to see each of the Straw Hats. For the most part, you know, Nico Robin's somewhere making sandwiches, Chopper's somewhere playing with this little Chopper. You know, I mean, somewhere, you know, the useless Straw Hats are plotting something to be more useful. And I like how you got my dude Brook, right? Like, Brook was just like, hey, we about to turn this bitch into Woodstock. Who all with me? And you got Brook doing the music, and all of a sudden he turns this shit into a combo. Like, this was beautiful. This was beautiful. I love seeing these team-up fights. I love it. Granted, it's the Straw Hats basically versus the world. They're all fighting individually, and yet at the same time, they're working as a cohesive unit. The best way I can kind of explain it is it's just like all the parts in a car. Each part has a different function. They all do a different thing, but at the end of the day, they still get that car from point A to point B. It just requires somebody to drive it. And that's what Luffy is. Luffy's in the driver's seat. And Nami's in the passenger side. And Nico Robin's in the trunk somewhere. So, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Put Nico Robin on a milk cart and have an awesome day. Oh, shit. I gotta say something. So, I just threw a whole bunch of shade at Nico Robin. I don't know where I'm going to put this in the video. I might put this in the very beginning so you guys can see it, okay? But I got it twisted. I thought that was Sanji's attack with the feet and the woman, like the person split in there. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you'll be seeing it on the screen when the chapter opens back up. It was actually Nico Robin, and it makes sense. Because you got the woman right in between, you got the legs, Nico Robin saying stomp, like, yeah, sure, but like, you got the leg, you see what Oda's doing. Nico Robin's in the space where the vagina would have been. I see you, Oda, I see you. I thought legit what this was is you had Sanji right there, and what was happening was he was on an island with all those cross-dressing dudes. And that's how he got over it, you know, not getting any action. And this is what I mean. I say this in the review, but sometimes I get so excited when I read. I'm just flipping through, and I end up missing some stuff. Because it's just like, I missed the whole fucking panel where Sanji is just dropping the hammer on these guys. Like, the feet just going one after another, after another, after another. Like, I saw the legs just like, when I turned the page, I saw the legs, and then I'm like, holy shit, because you gotta look at it from this perspective. Like, you just see Sanji jumping in the air, and then I see those feet, and I'm like, oh shit, this is a new... So, yeah, that's what happened. Like, literally, my eyes just cut all the way to the bottom, because that's something that sticks out. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? Like, so, this will probably go on the beginning of the review for One Piece chapter, what, 635? Yeah, 635. So be ready for the review, guys. Hold on a second.